Radio check, uniform.
5 out of 5, Kermit. Again, ops is calling ahead so we don't have to get startup clearance, so go ahead and grab ATIS and get the APU up and let me know when you're ready for radio checks using the fragged frequencies, okay?
Roger that, 335 on Fox, and what for Victor?
Go 128 on Victor, okay, waiting for your mark.
One, radio check, Fox.
Lima Charlie 1, ready on Victor.
Radio check, Victor.
5-5. Good. Hold avert from the checklist again today, which is becoming the new norm, and we'll go through some more academics here in the chalk. So get your lights, AAP, CVU, IFC, KQ, MFCDs up, and start the alignment. We'll stop short of starting motors.
Yeah, copy. I'll let you know when ready.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Okay, all systems up and alignment is started. Ready to copy.
Great. Here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with some useful options in the HUD setup, then we're going to move on to creating our flight plan. We'll briefly cover the waypoints and attributes, then we'll then take off and continue with other stuff like checking the attribute behavior in flight, playing with the HSI, creating mark points, and last but not least, changing the Aegir point. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Alright, the HUD, I assume you have already finished the bit and switched on your IFC. You now use the HUD in one of 5 modes that can be changed by pressing the Master Mode control button on your stick.
A-firm, navigation, guns, CCIP, CCRP, and air-to-air.
Good. Don't get carried away with the air-to-air part though, as we'll be training on that mode in one of our upcoming sorties.
Great. Can't wait.
Let's first get back to the basics, shall we? Go ahead and put that IFC button back into the test or middle position, please.
Done.
Okay, you'll notice that the HUD has changed and is now displaying a series of menus. You can use these to configure the IFC system. In order to navigate through them, you'll use the UFC. With me so far?
Yes, ready to move on. I'm ready.
Let's move from the top to the bottom of the list while going a bit deeper into some of the more useful options. The first line, called DCIP consent option, lets you choose the DCIP consent to release mode, which we'll cover more in detail when we get to drop some bombs.
Copy.
The next line is called BIT, or built-in test menu. It is used to test several chosen IFC subsystems or all of them at once, like you already did in your normal startup.
Alright.
Third line is called AAS, or the air-to-air submenu. We will get into more details on the air-to-air training I mentioned before, but for now, suffice it to say that you use this menu to alter and select the gun funnel for air-to-air combat by using either presets or manual settings.
Copy. The gun must be totally devastating to air targets.
Oh yeah. Did you read about Captain Bob Swain, the guy who scored the first air-to-air kill with the Avenger back in 1991, described hitting the Iraqi Ilu with 300 rounds?
Nope. What did he say?
That it looked like the helicopter was hit by a bomb. They tried to ID what he destroyed afterwards, but it was blown into such tiny pieces that it was impossible. Anyway, let's move on, shall we?
Wow. Okay.
We now get to the weapons menu, which is used to set the parameters of your 30 mic. This will typically be done by the ground crew before the mission, so we don't need to go through it now. Moving on, weapons release data lets you select whether you want the release data parameters to automatically scroll in your HUD, or if you want to have the option to scroll through them manually.
Okay. Is that ever even used?
I don't, but I know a couple of guys that do. It's purely personal preference.
Gotcha. What does the display mode do?
Now this one's very useful, and we'll go through the option in a more detailed way. Please select this line and press enter. Ready?
Yep, ready.
This menu is basically used to set up what is displayed on your HUD and how. So the first option lets you decide whether you want to see the release data on your HUD or not.
Copy. Similar to what was in weapons mode?
Exactly. The second line, called DCIP Gun Cross Colt, lets you decide whether you want the DDD to hide behind the DCIP Gun Cross in order to declutter the HUD. If you do, you have to select yes.
Raj.
The next two are pretty straightforward. You can choose to have tapes displayed on both sides of the HUD alongside the values for your speed and altitude. You can also switch between metric and imperial values for both.
Okay, copy. Pretty handy when working with allies that mainly use metric.
Indeed. Next you have the radar altitude tape, which allows you to display the altitude measured by radar in the form of a tape.
Alright, got it.
Now we get to another pretty useful option, which you probably remember from yesterday. The choice of speed displayed. Do you want me to go over it once again, or do you prefer to move on?
I'm okay. Let's move on.
Alright, the last option is the one marked for vertical velocity, which will allow you to display the vertical velocity scale on the left side of the HUD.
And what about IFF?
You won't ever need to touch it. Okay, please navigate to exit and press enter to return to the previous menu.
Okay, back at the main menu.
Good. The next two options are used by the sweaty, so we're not going to go over those. Finally, the GCAS training helps you set up a false ground plane to practice exactly that, ground collision avoidance, but at a safe altitude. And that's all there is to it. Go ahead and switch the IFC button back into normal mode, please.
Alright, thanks. stand by on ground. Nellis ground, Tusk 1 is 2 A-10s at Thunder with Kilo, ready taxi.
Tusk 1, taxi Charlie, Golf Alpha, hold short 03 right.
Taxi Charlie, Golf Alpha, hold short 03 right, Tusk 1. One's taxi out.